What is up, wrestling fans? I'm Ben Allison here at Wrestling Republic, and today you are watching the inaugural edition of Wrestling Republic's podcast. I'm joined firstly to my left by Clark Taylor.
What's up, Ben? How are you?
And Shad Tawks Graps.
What's good? What's good?
We are excited for this brand new podcast here at Wrestling Republic, the new flagship weekly podcast every single Monday, 4 p.m. UK time, 11 a.m. Eastern, and 8 a.m. Pacific, I should say, where we talk about the biggest news story of the week in professional wrestling, plus our own takes of the weeks. But without further ado, let's jump into the big topic from last night, and that was the fact that Becky Lynch seemingly joined the Vision, and because of that, everybody and their nan is now predicting that AJ Lee is going to be returning. Clark, do you think it's going to happen?
I'm absolutely stunned by it, but I do love it. And I love that they pulled the trigger on the surprise being Becky Lynch. We're spoiler free over here, obviously, Ben. But there was some stuff floating around about the possibility of it being a certain number of different people.
Yeah.
And it was Becky Lynch, and it made the reveal even better. If you're going to be a heel, that's the way you do it. I dig every minute of it. I love it. I think it's the right move for Becky. And like you said, the whispers about AJ, they're going to get a little bit louder now.
They certainly are. Big E on the post show even said it. He said, CM Punk's got a wife too. Ooh. I mean, Chad.
Hey, man, you don't tease something like this with a finish like that if you're not giving us that dream match, man. I'm sorry. Like, I'm one that is all for the dynamic of super couples versus super couples. We haven't seen it a lot. We've obviously had a lot of great big-time intergender matches, but to me, this is like a dream match upon dream matches, especially when we've seen, like, just off the bat, when we had Seth and Punk just feuding with each other, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's like, well, maybe we could get Becky and AJ Lee. Now that we've for sure put Becky Lynch in position as a member of the Vision, and you still have the inklings of everything that's going on between Punk and Rollins, I mean, it's got to happen. They can't tease this without it happening.
They have to at this point, they do, but the question is when. I mean, look, we got that ESPN pay-per-view, WrestlePalooza, in a few weeks. I honestly think AJ Lee maybe could return today.
I think WrestlePalooza, if you really want to hit a home run on that show, oh, man, don't do that to me, man.
I think tonight, Paris, Raw. I reckon
Raw?
she's returning.
Okay, but I'm talking about her having a match at WrestlePalooza.
Yeah. Then WrestlePalooza.
Don't do that to my sicko self, man.
Come
on, man.
We gotta do it.
You're gonna make me not want to watch All Out Live.
WWE show. Oh,
I mean, bro, that is. I think AJ Lee looks like, she's had videos on IG, her hitting the gym, working out. She looks like she's in, tip-top shape. I don't know if she's been hitting the ropes. I know she did that, like, show that Punk was on a couple years ago, though, right?
Yeah, she did, and she was even a writer for an actual women's wrestling promotion as well, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah, she was part of the WOW, right?
Yeah, she was,
with the one that when Jeannie Buss took over it. I mean, man, that's kind of the injection that WWE needs right now, to be real with you. Like, that's gonna get people like locked in and interested in the product over like anything. Like, we've kind of this year, I feel like we've been missing, obviously, besides Cena's retirements or something that's been like, wow, like, oh my goodness, it's been a little bit since we had that. That's something that could really put yourself into wanting to watch it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I mean, the other thing as well is, you mentioned AEW. They're going against it. AEW scheduled their pay-per-view first, and at the last minute, WWE have booked WrestlePalooza. And of course, I mean, ESPN themselves are teasing John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. My, concern for WWE was, I mean, a lot of people don't want to watch Brock Lesnar matches, and you are literally going up against another top quality show they could watch instead. But suddenly, if you bring AJ Lee into the fold, it's not that simple, Clark.
I do find it fascinating. I mean, ESPN, Brock Lesnar's name has been pretty successful on. Ask the UFC about that.
That's
And
true.
that I find fascinating, right? We talked earlier on the daily about put it on the marquee, right? Like that. And I think that's kind of the point there. You add AJ Lee to the mix for sure. I think this whole targeting AEW thing, though, hasn't actually been as successful as or fruitful thus far as the initial plan probably thought it would be, because now you're asking for comparison. And if AEW delivers good shows, that's how the tide swings. We've seen it numerous times, right? When AEW were the cool kids, opinions were a little different online about what was going on with WWE. And that doesn't necessarily go away. It can swing back around. There will always be the loyalists. We've talked about tribalism on this very channel 9 bazillion times, right? But at the same time, we've talked about tribalism, tribal chiefs, all kinds of tribal
thief,
all the tribals.
Tribal thieves. We've talked about anything involving tribes. But yeah, at the end of the day, in my eyes, it just makes it more interesting, and I like it. I'm still gonna watch both. I just don't know which order yet. That's what I'll say.
That's the question.
So to your point though, I don't disagree with you, but I also don't think WWE has given us a show that's legitimately to compete with one of these AEW weekend shows. And there's no knock on NXT. Yeah, I know we do the NXT post show all the time, but like NXT is the development brand. They don't got they're not gonna realistically compete against an AEW pay-per-view when AEW doesn't do pay-per-views that often. Even Saturday night's main event, like that's a small show that they ran against it. But with Wrestle Palooza, this is looking like to be a big show because that they are going. I mean, it's the first PLE that's gonna be on the ESPN brand. So like to me, I feel like they're gonna definitely put something on paper that's gonna feel special, like similarly what they did to the first Netflix show on Raw. Like that was a TV special, but they stacked the hell out of it.
Yeah, no, you are right, and I mean. My concern about this entire thing, and I said it a few weeks ago as well, but with WWE, they have a bigger audience. So them going against AEW, their thought clearly is, okay, we'll lose some viewers, but we'll make sure our viewers don't go to them. But the reality is, I think the AEW audience is a more hardcore audience and is more loyal to their company compared to WWE. Sure. So I actually think WWE are genuinely losing more viewers than AEW are in this. Now, of course, they still have more viewers, but I think it's a net negative for WWE.
Yeah, they're taking a big risk.
For sure. Look, WWE doesn't gain anything in this situation at all because you're going against another show at the end of the day. They're banking off it hurting AEW as their net positive. Like that's how they're looking at it. And the beauty of it in this way, though, and I say that like meaning I'm expecting both companies to just give us absolutely banana shows. Like all out the gate. We talk about it this week. We got Edge and Christian versus FTR, right? Like that is in Toronto. With Edge and Christian, Cope and Christian Cage, they should headline it. That should be the main event, even if there's no title tied to it. Those are legends. They deserve that brand. But like that's how we starting it off. And I mean, tomorrow's Raw is going to be, to your point, one that is must see.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for it. And yeah, like you said, hopefully it brings out the best of both companies, because then for us as fans, I mean, that is delightful, isn't it? But up next, we are going to do our takes of the week. To explain this quickly, All three of us have a lot of opinions. We all give a lot of opinions on this very channel. Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast every day, 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific live. But this is each of our biggest opinions, our most controversial opinions, perhaps, of the week. And I will kick us off out of the gates. The Street Profits should not split up. Everybody seems to be wanting this to happen, but I don't think it should. Firstly, yes, I believe Montez Ford could be a main event star. Secondly, I do think Angelo Dawkins could be an upper mid-card star. But the fact is, WWE have tons of top men's main event stars already who aren't getting enough TV time. And they have more, even more, upper mid-card stars who currently aren't getting the TV time. So if they split them up, I think there's a very, very high risk that they do just get lost in the shuffle. Whereas as a tag team, they are one of the only experienced tag teams still in this division. They are now veterans of this division. And if they just book them better as a tag team, give them more TV time as a tag team, eventually more titles as a tag team, the Street Profits could go down as a Hall of Fame tag team. And I honestly do think they are one of the best tag teams of this generation. It is crazy to say, but I still think they are underrated. I think Angelo Dawkins is criminally underrated. And honestly, I think they are just better together. What are your thoughts on that, guys?
I agree. I would not split up the Street Profits in the least. I fully agree.
I highly disagree with both of y'all. It's time to break them up. There is no... Look, man, they have done what they needed to do at this point where, as young as these two guys are, it's time to test something out. And you could potentially have a single star in Montez Ford that can be holding a world heavyweight championship if you allow him to. And damn it, man, I can't sleep at night knowing that we didn't give that an opportunity and a try. They are already Hall of Famers at tag team. They have won every tag title in the WWE, NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. The WWE tag division at this current juncture of time is very fruitful. They have a lot of depth. You can just break up it on both sides. You could even create the Lucha Brothers finally. But I think Montez Ford can be a potential world heavyweight champ. And I also think Angelo Dawkins could potentially be a U.S. champ, an intercontinental champ. Like, there is a story to be told with them as single stars, and I would love to see them get the opportunity for it.
I disagree for only one reason. You started with they've done what they've needed to do in the tag team division. And where I disagree is, except for revitalize it right now, because they're the biggest stars in it. And
Easily.
That should be their job. They should be yes, of course, they were on the card, yesterday, right?
Yeah.
But they should be at the top of the tag team card, carrying belts and carrying the division in a way that they're capable of. I agree. Both absolute studs. I don't necessarily know that Dawkins on his own 2 feet handles it as well as Ford could. I think both are equally talented together. And I think that's important. We've split up great tag teams in the past. I think if we're going to do singles runs, we're going to need another really good tag run out of the Street Profits. And then we end up in a position where it makes sense for them to have separate singles runs without a breakup.
Yeah.
If not now, then it's never. And that's the issue.
No, I don't think that's the case. If you give them...
They've never given us a thought that it could happen, though.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Their stock right now isn't very high. So if you just split them up now, to Clark's point, I worry for Angelo Dawkins, and I really like him. But even Montez Ford, I worry for a bit too. I think it would be a quick pass, but I don't think a long one. If you gave them the tag team titles for like a year, have them have a legendary reign with it, and then at the end of that, when they lose the tag team titles, then have a big turn angle. One, fans would be more shocked by it, but secondly, both of them coming out with that would feel a lot more important than if they split them up right now.
there's a story with it though. This thing with the Wyatt Six, like they've put the bug in your ear that your brother, right? Like, and that can be a good segue to kind of get them to break off. Hell, even have them feud against each other. Let Dawkins go heel and turn on Tez, and let that be a just all out, you know, I won't say bloodshed, but like a very like personal story to it. And man, I just look at this. I look at the men's division though, guys, and I think they're needing a superstar, and I think Tez is a superstar. Like I think he could be what Jey Uso is, but more.
Really? Okay.
Yes,
I mean, they
Oh,
got
wow.
superstars already.
I think though,
not to his level.
one thing I'll say about Tez, I think Tez could be a world champion down the road. The Jey Uso thing I think was a different animal because it was a little bit more organic. I'd almost compare him more to Jeff Hardy. And if we're gonna have that
Okay.
arc,
That's
if you were gonna do it, I think Tez would be the Jeff.
He's a lot older though than Jeff was during that. Not to mention age,
Very
because I'm
true.
not saying.
So we're
to
talking
clarify-
about
we all
age.
know.
no,
we
no,
all know
no,
what
we're
you
talking
think
about
about
age.
age.
No,
Bring that
no.
age, bring that age part up though, because he's not getting any younger too.
that's my point.
35, 36. So
He's
we're talking
35
about
now. Do it in a year.
So we kicking
36.
in. I don't know, man. I don't. I think the street. They've completely. Also, here's the other thing too. The WWE has taken the cool element out of the Street Profits. Like they
It's
just
so
completely.
true.
Like what was this? What was this last night? What was this last night? What is this Borderlands mask?
That was
You know?
cool.
No, it was not.
Yes,
cool.
it was.
Goofy.
It looked sick.
So
It looked
goofy.
great.
And the jeans, what's up with the jeans?
But it looked cool. That connects with a
Why are
younger
they wearing
audience. That
jeans?
connects with my age group.
What is the music? Where's the?
Nobody
where's
likes
the
your age group,
song?
Ben.
I want the cups. I
I see a
want
bunch
all
of
that.
French
But
people
last
going
night was
like
fine.
this.
Bring the cups back. Yeah, they're just
I agree with that.
they're
But
doing
last
like
night
a half
was
a
the
Daniel
coolest they've
Garcia
been.
dance.
Half a day. That is hilarious.
What in the world was that?
Oh no, bro. They was doing half of the Daniel Garcia dance.
They just missed a
Jeez
step.
Louise.
Oh
Damn.
gosh, I don't know, but I'm sticking by it. The Street Profits should not break up, at least for now. And if they do, Shad, take my word for it. Angelo Dawkins is going to be in trouble very quickly, and
Oh,
Montez
shoot.
Ford
But
isn't
that's-
going to reach the heights he should.
You hold up before we go to the next topic. You don't. That's the thing, though. Sometimes you have to just take that risk and hope a wrestler can make what they need to do. If there's a possibility that one person can become a super big star, then you take that risk. Like you superstars aren't grown in trees, man. Like if you have one,
No.
you utilize them and you push them to the moon. And that's my thing. Like my frustration is not more so off of like the fact of when whatever it may be. It's just the underutilization of someone as talented as Montez Ford. Like he should have been a single star when Roman was doing the was still champion when they had that match on SmackDown.
I agree with that.
You know,
I agree with that, to be fair. But again, they had more stock than they have now.
yeah, they don't. Will they get their stock back?
Well, they could do. I think they're a great tag team, and like I said, I
know,
think their
did they invest
chemistry is
with
so
options?
underrated.
I just think I think they've put them in like no man's land, low key.
They have. But I think they can get it back. Fans are behind them in Paris. You now keep this up. Have them be the one to dethrone the Wyatts. I reckon give them a year with the gold, then decide, right? Then decide,
Everyone
do you
gets
need
cheered
someone
in
like...
Paris. Only person that didn't get cheered in Paris is Kiana James, and that's a problem. If you can't get cheers in Paris, I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm sorry.
Poor Kiana James is
They're like
catching
everyone.
strays.
Hey man, God bless her. Can't get, I don't know you.
No,
If you look, I'm just saying, if you can't get cheers in Paris, imagine when you go to Wichita, Kansas. They ain't getting no cheers there either.
No. And a lot less French speaking.
A lot less French speaking. She should have had her like a nice it's the purse, man. It's the purse.
It's the purse. Oh my gosh. Right,
The
Clark,
brick.
your turn up next. Clark, what is your take of...
My take of the week is that John Cena has pulled the wool over our eyes again. You can't see him anymore after this. Lies. John Cena is not done in December. Not even close. Even if it's not storyline, his last match is not in the state of Massachusetts this December. I assure you, I'll put my name on it. And the best part about this bet is it's going to take years for it to be paid off. But I will let you know right this second that John Cena's last match will not take place in December, whether it's one more in January storyline as like sort of a makeup thing because of the heel turn and whatever. It was like, oh, more shirts to sell. However we decide to do it, John Cena is not done in December. I assure you, whoever his last opponent is, bless them, because they won't be his last opponent.
That is the worst take I've ever heard in my life. That is absolute. Look, if they've done all of this, a year's worth of selling merchandise, to your point, a year's worth of storytelling, a heel turn which went nowhere, and then they just pull it from under our feet. I mean, he'd basically be turning heel again, firstly, but secondly, I'm pretty sure they could be sued.
You're leaving money on the table here, Ben. I don't think they can be sued. And not only that, we've had retirement tours in the past, and none of them are the end. And we know it.
Oh,
You're telling me this guy's just going to sail off into the sunset and we'll only see him in movies? Knock it off. That's ridiculous. Grow up. That's silly. He's going to come back for an easy check at a WrestleMania or something. Knock it off.
He's rich enough.
The option's always there. Yeah, well, guess what?
What if the Saudi prince makes a call?
Could be anything.
I don't think he would. No, once he's done, he said this. He said he's going to be different.
He's not done in December. You heard
so when do you think he is done then?
Whenever he wants to be later. He's going to redecide to come back. He
wants to be done in December.
Even if they don't book it. Yeah, right now. Who knows what he wants in like 3 years?
He's gonna be basically heel again if that happens.
Which would be awesome. Then he can get the run right.
Him lying to the people is the second biggest heel turn that he could ever do.
Yeah, no, he's for sure
not doing that again.
To your point, so when you saying that, are you saying that because that you think is part of the character, or do you think it's more so making up for the lack of how the story started and him trying to like do right by the fans and give us a little bit more to it? Or are you just saying that
if this was a Scantron? I think it's answer D, all of the above. For one of those reasons, he will return, right? Like whether it be because he wants more, whether it be because he decides down the road that he wants to come back, or whether it be he wants to do a makeup thing in January maybe and do the Rumble or one more match, whatever it is. I don't think there's enough matches left. And I also think it's absolutely telling, Ben, and Shad and the audience. I don't know why I was so harsh on you there, Ben, but
yeah, I'm just catching strays now.
Sorry, that was like that. I got intense there for a second, but no, the fact that they're showing the wins record thing, and there aren't 10 matches left to catch the all-time most, all of that, what they're showing on TV, you tell me he doesn't want that record, and I'll tell you, I think it's wrong. He wants all the records.
He's already got enough records.
He wants all the records. He wants that IC title too from Dom in San Diego, like I've been calling for 3 months.
But he can do that.
How many dates does he have left?
Not enough to catch the record.
Okay, he needs. Okay, yeah. He honestly wrestles like 5 matches.
Do Iron Man matches count?
I think he's announced for like flipping 4 or 5 matches, which is the worst part here. We're gonna have matches with no build.
He's just gonna get to second all time.
I kind of wish that his last match would be at a Mania, though. I'm not gonna.
That's why he's not done, Ben. I told you. You heard it here first.
He deserves his own event. He's John Cena.
I don't think so. What, maybe his own event. I like that. He wrestles 5 matches. He catches the record. Maybe then he does retire. That's how we do it.
Yeah, they do a gauntlet
Cena
match.
versus
Maybe you're right. That's how they do
Cena.
it.
He just stays in the ring for 2 hours wrestling the entire show.
That is insane.
I'm sorry.
That is almost
I
more
mean, hey,
stupid than
man,
the original take.
Crazier things have happened.
Have there
Joking,
been?
obviously, but
I actually think this would be the craziest thing I've ever seen.
no, it's
ever.
not happening. I'm joking, obviously. Come on,
What,
guys.
5 times with him? So you saying he is retiring?
No, he's not retiring, but he's also not going to wrestle 5 matches.
Oh, 5 matches.
Right,
Well, yeah,
okay.
if he did that, that would prove your point wrong. So
Yeah, no, he's not doing that. I think that'd
So
be
he's
the
just-
only way he would retire.
Straight up not retiring.
He's not.
I think it's insane take. Absolute insane take.
Well,
Eh.
you're gonna have to collect on that one in like 30 years because he could come back at any
In
moment.
30 years.
Yeah. So I'll never be wrong. That's the best
He's just
part
gonna
about
be
the take.
70. Yes, you are gonna be wrong. You're gonna be wrong
No,
when he
it's
not
retires in
possible.
December.
hey man, Ric Flair wrestled
He
at
can
80.
always come back.
But
I'll
John Cena
never-
isn't
I'm-
Ric Flair.
I've positioned myself in a scenario, Ben, where I
He's
can't be
financially a little
wrong.
bit more stable.
Yes, you
You
can
can
be wrong.
always come
You
back.
actually are wrong until you're potentially right.
No,
You can
you're-
be
no,
wrong for like
see, that's where
29
you're
years.
wrong.
No. I'm only wrong if it happens.
Nope,
If it doesn't happen, you're still
Not
wrong
buying
until
it.
it does.
he's not. No, dude, he'll never be retired. It's
So you
John
think-
Cena.
You're actually insane.
think
You
he's
think he
saying-
let all of these children down by retiring?
Yes. No, he's not letting them down. He's given them a year.
Oh, dude, he's letting it 1 year. It goes by in a blink of an eye.
For flip's sake.
It's not enough. Are you serious? All these kids that look up to him, Ben, and you're trying to.
Can't even.
You're the
I
one
can't
trying
even
to
do
say
it,
he's gonna
Sean.
retire.
I don't know, Clark. I think you are.
Super
I
Cena
think
for
I would
life.
like to see him. I think I would like to see him potentially end it at Mania. But I mean, we'll see. Like honestly, so who y'all think he's got left? Obviously, we know the Lesnar match is coming up, but like who's left for him to go against on that roster? That's gonna like, and who do you think his last match is gonna be?
Lesnar, Dom, Gunther.
That was what I was gonna say. Basically,
Probably it.
I'll
I think that might be it.
I'll throw in maybe sneak in an AJ
So
match.
Gunther's his
be
last.
cool.
You think Gunther's gonna be his last
Actually,
match?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Gunther's just missed the retirement home.
I'm about to say he
Gets legends, puts them in
Yeah.
the grave.
everybody.
Until he
Solid hand.
unretires and proves me absolutely correct.
Until he
Main
goes
event
back.
SummerSlam next year.
That would be
That is
something.
just insane.
That would be
Absolutely
something.
insane.
You know what? I
Insane.
changed my mind, and it's John Cena. Everyone's like, he did. He changed it.
Absolute joke. Let's hope Shard's takes a bit better. Shard, what is your
Yeah, my take is something I think a lot of people are coming around and agreeing with me on. Bandido is the best luchador in professional wrestling at this current time. And I don't really think it's close. When you talk about a man who is just absolutely an athletic beast, has super world strength, and has been doing this for quite a while, but now I feel like the fact that he is on AEW and obviously on Ring of Honor, you're kind of taking notice to it more. But man, the guy's got 2 titles right now. He just had an absolute classic that we'll talk about later on this show. Got the belts with Brody King. I mean, like, just everything is clicking right now for Bandido. And you also got to talk about it like this. What he has done for that Ring of Honor championship compared to what we had with Chris Jericho is night and day. He feels like a legitimate champion. He feels like one of those reasons why you would want to watch ROH next to like someone like Athena. Like, he just feels world renowned. He aesthetically looks so cool, man. One of the coolest masks in the game. And I just think he's having banger after banger this year, man. Like the match with Hechicero, the match against Takeshita, like he's on a whole nother level compared to a lot of the luchadors out there. That's no knock on the likes of Penta. That's no knock on the likes of Phoenix, Hologram, a lot of other talented people. Vikingo, Bandido got it, and it's not close.
I disagree. I think it's somebody you've not even mentioned, Shad. A man who is not only a luchador, he's not only trained in Mexico, but is also trained in Japan. He is also trained in America. And that man is Dragon Lee. And currently, he is doing next to nothing. But I guarantee you, in ring, this is the best luchador in the world.
Have you seen El Grande?
Totality, bro. Totality of everything. Like, Bandido's got more star power than him.
He's a better talker.
I like Bandido's style a little bit more than Dragon Lee. I feel like he brings that sense of like super strength. Like he's able to just, throw people around. Like he's able to work a whole lot of styles. Dragon Lee's up there though too. I'm not gonna. They've neutered Dragon Lee in WWE.
They have. I'm upset about it.
Well, and you're both wrong. Ray Phoenix is the best one too. Speaking of people that have been neutered in WWE.
Oh, for flip's sake.
He's the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah, when he wrestles with his brother.
No.
Whoa!
That's not right. That's incorrect.
Phoenix is up there. Don't look, man. I'm talking about right now. Bandido's got both of their numbers. Like he's just doing way more than them. Even as a tag team wrestler, he's doing more than Ray Phoenix. How about that? Who's got tag team gold? Who's a double champ? And I'm not talking about the speed title that got sent to the gulag of NXT. All right, Dragon Lee. Like, come on, man. Like, I take Dominic Mysterio over y'all's two guys.
Whoa.
Oh, what?
Whoa,
no, that is actually Dragon Lee is a 10 times better wrestler than Dominic Mysterio. Come off it. Look at what he did in Japan. Look at what he did in Mexico, right? And look, he even did it in NXT. He can work all three styles. Dominic, great young wrestler, nowhere near Dragon Lee. Don't even utter those words.
That's crazy.
Okay, that was a joke. That was
wild.
Okay.
Dragon Lee is definitely up there, and I would love to say that he is the top luchador because I really thought he was going to be like, God, we do this all the time. Who's the next Rey Mysterio? We've been looking for the next Rey Mysterio for the longest time, and we haven't. WWE doesn't know how to capture it. Like WWE y'all own AAA, but y'all don't know how to book luchadors. That's not Rey Mysterio. True. Like, why y'all
might be a bit problematic, that one.
What y'all buying for?
That could catch up to you in the long run.
Yeah,
long run. I think he's going to catch up pretty fast. Now that they own a luchador company, but I don't. The thing is, I love Bandido. He's the truth, right? I remember last week when I was doing AEW media, and Bandido was right there in front of me. That dude just oozes charisma.
Yeah.
And not only that, but he's also just a really nice guy. Like some baby faces, you just can't teach being a baby face, and that's him. Like he's a nice guy.
He's honestly, man. Even besides luchador, I think he's been like the question we've been asking ourselves since last week is who is going to fill the void for those shoes that are lost with Ospreay, Swerve, potentially some other wrestlers if injuries come up or whatever. I think Bandido can be one of those guys that can fill a slot. Like, to your point, the charisma, the look, bro. Like, he looks so damn cool. He's got one of the coolest masks. He's so performative. Like, even in this match that we're going to talk about with Hechicero, with the whole F. Don Callis with the Philly craning, him just taunting and flicking the bird and stuff like that. like he knows how to do stuff so well. He's like a total package type of superstar. And to me, like this is like us, like you talk about a dude who grew up watching like WCW, man, and like a lot of like some OG like luchadors, man. And like I'm earning for like an American promotion to have a luchador wrestler be a potential face of the franchise. And like he has that ability. And I would love for them to put the rocket on his back and just let him soar to the moon.
I would too. You know what? I still don't think he's as good as Dragon Lee, but I think he's second best. So I'll give you this one, Shad. I'll give it to you. But up next, guys, let's talk about Faction of the Week. Now, if you guys don't know what Faction of the Week is, let me quickly explain it. We've been doing it on Instagram the last few weeks. People want us to talk about it on a show, so we're going to be doing it on this show. It is basically like in football where they have a team of the week. It's basically that, right? So we do our match of the week, standout of the week, which is just somebody who stood out to us. Isn't wrestler of the week, but they could have just done a little something, but something which is like, wow, that's awesome, and it stayed with us for the week. Then talker of the week, tag team of the week, show of the week, promotion of the week, women's wrestler of the week, and men's wrestler of the week. The rest of them are really, really quite self-explanatory. But guys, let's kick things off with match of the week, because you just referenced it, Shad. Bandido versus Hechicero, it has to be, surely.
Without a doubt, man, this is my match of the week. One of my favorite matches of the entire week. My favorite match of the entire week. Apologize. 38 minutes. They just let them go out there and have an absolute war. And I was saying it, man, this match brings that essence of Ring of Honor that we've been missing, that hasn't been in this AEW version of Ring of Honor. Like, just technical wrestling, high spots, near falls, performing to the fans, like I mentioned, like everything about it. Bandido put it on an absolute clinic. Hechicero is also a luchador that we have to talk about in high regards, because that guy is one of the best technical wrestlers in the world right now, man. Like, the Mr. Mad Scientist himself. I still think all that stuff looks a little funny, but hell of a wrestler, man.
It's bizarre.
It is bizarre, but I think he's been such a great addition to the Callis family, and he brings like a different element, and I love that they've been incorporating him to it. I think him and Bandido have had a great storyline built to this match too. So, yeah, man, kudos to those guys.
Absolutely. Clark, do you agree?
I think it's a great pick by both of you, but I got to give it, when it comes to my end of the equation here, I'm going to go with Darby Allin and Claudio Castagnoli from the 2300 arena. Obviously, ECW vibes all over this one. And I said it earlier in the week, New Jack somewhere was smiling, Darby jumping off, all that stuff in that building. And I really appreciated it. I think either or. I don't even want to get an argument about which one's better. I'm just giving that one the nod personally.
Fair enough.
Truthfully, like, I think you could go either way. Like, I have no qualms about either pick, but that's where I'm at on the situation.
As for standout of the week, I'm going to go with a wrestler who I've been, speaking so positively about since I believe 2019, 2020, if I'm not mistaken, and that is Lee Moriarty. I interviewed him for the Wrestling Republic magazine back in the day. I mean, that was quite some time ago, but honestly, he had a fantastic match this weekend at Ring of Honor, and I kind of feel like he's a little bit misused. I believe that he should be in a better position than he is, and I believe he should be getting more opportunities than he has been getting. I mean, he was facing CM Punk a couple of years ago on AEW television, and now he's not really doing much. But he did have a great match this week, and I'm hoping this is the start of a lot better for him. I hope so.
I like the pick. I think he's been doing a hell of a job as the pure champion as well. He's been having a lot of great technical matches. He's so good. I agree. He's just the guy that deserves to be at the top of the mountain when it's all said and done, given the opportunity.
Absolutely. What is your pick, Clark?
I'm going with Big Bronson Reed here. After last night's show at Clash in Paris, or yesterday's show, essentially, I mean, look, he sold the Roman Reigns spear perfectly. The match was incredible. The spot with Heyman and the shoes, off the charts. The tsunamis after the fact to essentially, as far as I'm concerned, write Roman Reigns off television were just absolutely excellent. I mean, the guy smashed his ribs, and it was perfect. And I think Big Bronson deserves some credit because he built this feud really well, and it was a heck of an opener tonight. I think it was almost my second biggest highlight of the show last night. I apologize. The show in Paris.
Yeah, it was a fantastic shot. There's no doubt about it. What about you, Shad?
Yeah, my standout is gonna be a little different, man. It's someone that has kind of, been quiet, but I'm glad he made a mark this past week, and that is Sammy Guevara, who
Ooh.
had a dastardly heel turn, man. Defended the titles, obviously. He had to defend it with a different partner, which is Roosh, because Dustin Rhodes is out. Get well, Dustin Rhodes, but he turned on the Sons of Texas. He turned on the Von Erichs, and he aligned with LFI. I'm intrigued by it. I like LFI as a faction, and I think Sammy kind of is such a good heel that I think he's gonna be able to help build them up. So I'm excited for the partnership, and yeah, man, it should be good.
Fair enough. That is another great pick. Sammy Guevara, another one who's not really done much in recent years, but I'm hoping he can get back to that hype around him in 2019, 2020 for sure. As for Talker of the Week, no brainer. Absolute no brainer to me. There's only one option, and that option is John Cena. He absolutely destroyed Logan Paul on the mic. This was John Cena Burial 101. He got his shovel and he started digging, and he didn't stop. Logan Paul now 6 feet under, as far as I'm concerned. He destroyed the man. Clark, who's yours?
I've got Christian Cage. He did more with one line this week than Pablo Escobar did with kilos. This guy buried FTR, and we all know it. We were all there. We all witnessed it inside the 2300 arena. There was nothing more ECW than that, and he gets my Talker of the Week for that line.
That is disgraceful. No way. I mean, all he said was your father's dead. How does that give him Talker of the Week?
It worked perfect. Like I said, he did more with one line than Pablo did with kilos. There's no debate about it.
Flip's sake. Oh, Shad, please don't tell me you're going with the same.
The word of the day is newborn. Because I got to go with Mark Briscoe, man. Mark Briscoe cutting the promo to talk about his match that he is going to have with Kyle Fletcher. But announcing that he's had a little one and had the little one out there screaming in it, passed it to his wife, I would assume. I love it, man. I'm a father who just had his child this year. Mark Briscoe has me beat by like 700 kids, obviously. But yeah. I like everything about it. And also, I just like Mark Briscoe as a talker. I think he adds so much personality towards it. He also had the interaction with the Callis. And I'm excited for him, man. I think him and Fletcher is going to be a good match. So I'm going to go with Mark Briscoe as my Talker of the Week.
It's a better choice than Christian Cage, I'll tell you that much. Up next, I mean, I spoke about them earlier. They had a match on SmackDown, which was a banger. They had a match on the PLE, which was also a banger, and that is the Street Profits. What about you, Shad?
I'm going to go a little different, man. I'm going to go with one of my favorite impromptu tag teams, and that is Chris Statlander and Harley Cameron. I really liked their match that they had this past week on Dynamite against Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. And, hey, man, they don't know what their team name is yet. Hopefully they find out, but I'm going to go with them.
Great shout, Clark.
I'm going with FTR because with Christian's line, you need somebody on the opposite side of that to sell the line. And it was sold perfectly. And it's the matchup that I want to see the most in wrestling right this second. It was perfect. Inside of that 2300 ECW gritty vibe, we got gold. FTR versus Cope and Christian, given the history we already knew. We didn't need a history lesson in this promo. It was really simple. It was short and quick. No doubt about it, but both sides contributed in a way that I have to honor both for my faction of the week.
That's an atrocious pick again.
What? That's fine.
It was a great segment.
If you said my last fantasy football draft now, it's like that's an atrocious pick.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, you've given Tag Team of the Week to a tag team who not only didn't have a match, but also just came out and had their asses handed to them on the mic.
It was even better. They deserve it because guess what? All I want to see is FTR versus Cope and Christian. It's a fact.
He's going to end up giving Wrestler of the Week to Logan Paul at this point. He really is. Right, up next, Show of the Week. I guess it's got to be Clash in Paris, surely.
Well, I'm going to go with Dynamite because I thought Clash in Paris was really good. But my pick is AEW Dynamite from Wednesday because I thought it was the best show of the week by far, top to bottom. Honestly,
There's two great pay-per-views.
That's fine. AEW Dynamite, I thought was the best show of the week and the most important show of the week.
What? Okay, now you're waffling. What?
Take that, Ben.
What? There was two pay-per-views.
Yeah, well,
and
I only watched one of them. Relax.
And Raw on Netflix and SmackDown on the USA Network.
That's a pay-per-view.
I love Dynamite. No way is AEW Dynamite ever the
Netflix.
most important show. No way.
Yep. Yes way. Guess what,
That's a
Ben?
true-
Yes
that's-
way.
Thank
Yes
you, Shad.
way.
Yeah, my show of the week is definitely for Dishonor. I thought they went out and look, let me tell you why it's the show of the week. Tony, and it has nothing to do with the show itself. It's what they maneuvered. And I think no, this is very important. Technical difficulties happen, right? This is very important. I'm not even lying, yo. Technical difficulties happen, right? What does Tony Khan do? He puts the entire show for free on YouTube because of the technical difficulties, and he also gave all of his subscribers a free month of Honor Club.
Yeah,
So
and
that was awesome.
Ben. So it wasn't really a pay-per-view, it's free.
Yeah, so it was a free review.
Yeah.
And you
There's
know
the
what,
one
man?
pay-per-view.
Also, Athena Mina Shirakawa classic match, like you said, Lee Moriarty, his match versus the guy I cannot pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try to. It was a great show.
It was. Do you know what? I actually genuinely agree. The fact that they put that for free was just brilliant and the right move by Tony Khan. And I also do think, just not even just for niceties, but I think business-wise, it's ended up being the right move for Ring of Honor as well because so many more people saw that. That being said, your opening line there. It's show of the week, not because of the show itself.
Not because of the show itself.
Hey, man.
It was a different
That's
show.
gold. Right, anyway.
Perfect.
So now time for promotion of the week, and it does have to be because of the promotion itself, believe it or not. I'm going WWE. What are you going, Clark?
Oh man, I'm gonna go with AEW just to bug the good old IWC. Take that.
Fair enough.
AEW.
I mean, they had a good week, especially if you include Ring of Honor too. They had a great week. What about you, Shad?
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go with the WWE. I thought this was a pretty major week for them all across the board with all three of the shows being overseas. So I'm going to go with the WWE.
Fair enough. But I am now going to go over to the other side for my women's wrestler of the week because I am picking Athena. Shad, you mentioned that her versus Mina Shirakawa, absolutely incredible. And Athena is the common theme in all of these great matches. She has been holding this belt now for I don't know how many days. 1,000 plus is it at this point?
Yeah.
I don't count.
Just I've lost count.
It's getting to 1,000 this week, so yeah.
Yeah.
Flipping heck. Okay, well there we are then. I mean, she deserves it. She's had a great reign. Finally now on AEW television as well. Athena, easily my wrestler of the week. But what about you, Shad?
I'm going with the man, the GOAT, Becky Lynch. Title defense, beating Miss Nikki Bella. You know, say what you want to say about the match. She went out and got the dub. Also, she showed out at the end of the show, the last moments of the PLE. You see Becky Lynch, the new member of the Vision, helping her husband out. You got to love it. Big Time Bex is my women's wrestler of the week.
Great shout, Clark.
I'm going with Becky Lynch as well. I see the vision. I dig it. I don't know how great the match was with Nikki Bella, but it wasn't bad either. I was cool with it, and I do see the vision. I loved the run-in at the end of the show and standing tall and everything.
Does that make her Wanda?
Oh, wow.
Because Wanda Vision?
Yeah, WandaVision.
For flip's sake.
Classic.
Did you mean
Nailed
the
it.
ref? Did you mean the pun at the start then?
No. Shad connected.
No. the IC division. That's why I was laughing.
Oh yeah, no, I
No.
meant that. That was obviously important.
Well, I was going to say, if you didn't do that, I take back the laugh.
No. Oh, what? Yeah. No, that was intentional.
I don't know if I believe him. Anyway, let's now go men's
I'm
wrestler
just
of the
saying
week.
stuff. I don't know, man. Why am I here? I don't know. How do I get invited?
I'm going to go men's wrestler of the week, Sami Zayn. I mean, look, the internet wrestling community now apparently hates him. I don't. I think he's great. I think he deserves everything because for the longest time he didn't get what he deserves. And even still, he averages like one title in WWE like every 2.5 years since he signed. I mean, how on earth that's being given too many titles or being Sammy Hogan, I don't know. But Sami Zayn, the new United States champion, my wrestler of the week. What about you, Clark?
Well, I'm going to go with Seth freaking Rollins because honestly, like I mentioned earlier about the vision, the precision is off the charts when it comes to this group. Obviously, they brought in extra provisions when it comes to Becky Lynch, and obviously we lost. Heading into the 4-way, no Bronson, no Braun. Maybe no. I don't know. We're unsure. Things went down, right? Fined a week without pay or whatever it was, suspended. They're in huge trouble. And next thing you know, it's big time Bex, the man herself, with one right where you just don't want to be hit on CM Punk. And Seth Rollins retains his title. I'm giving him Wrestler of the Week. Stood tall next to his wife in the middle of a ring in front of a sold-out crowd in Paris, and I think he deserves it.
Fair enough. I mean, to be honest, I actually can't argue with that shout. I fully expected you to go Logan Paul. I thought you were going to do an Ignacio and be like, he took the segment so well. And that was the worst take of the week, actually. That was even worse than the Cena not retiring one. But, Shad, what about you?
I'm going to go with someone who may have not came out with a bunch of wins. I think he won 1-1 this week. But it's more so off of the fact that I feel like we are starting to get the ball rolling with a new character dynamic with him. And he does win a rematch against someone that he lost against this week. And I am picking Mr. Daniel Garcia. I love what we're doing right now, man. I think we're getting away that goofy dance that all the French people were trying to do today. I think we're going into a real, like, just a pit, like just a nasty, rugged dude. A lot of what he was before he joined the Jericho Association Society, whatever the heck you wanted to call that, JAS. I think you're going to see a real, just absolute technical beast. And I think him potentially, aligning with Mox, or at least Mox kind of like getting the bug in his ear to kind of turn maybe a heel, whatever you want to call it. I think this is right for him. So I'm going to go with DG, man.
Fantastic shout. Actually,
I really like the pick.
Yeah, I didn't even really think of that. That's fantastic shout. But that does, guys, bring us to the end of the inaugural edition of Wrestling Republic's podcast. We will be back same time next Monday. But if you want to see more of us before then, make sure to check out Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast every single day, 8 p.m. UK, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, live. And that way we can answer your comments throughout as well, so you can interact with us. Thank you to both Shad and to Clark. I never know which way I'm pointing, to be honest, because it's reversed like 2 ways here. It's a complete headache. But we will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Peace.